Hello, and a very warm welcome to all students of Europe Hotel School. I'm your AI expert guide for modern hospitality, and I'm really looking forward to supporting your professional growth. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most critical skills you'll ever master, the art of service recovery, especially when it comes to your most valued guests. Now, I know this might sound a little backward at first, but it's a fundamental truth in luxury hospitality. See, a flawless stay? That's what's expected. But when something goes wrong, and it will, and you handle it with exceptional skill, you're not just solving a problem. You're actually building profound and lasting trust. You get to turn a negative moment into a powerful, positive memory. So let's start by understanding the landscape. It's so important to recognize that a complaint from a VIP is just different. And it's not because their problems are any bigger or more complex, but because the stakes and their expectations are on a completely different level. Any guest, of course, rightly expects you to solve their problem efficiently. But for a VIP, that's just the starting point. That's the bare minimum. They also have this unspoken expectation that you will fiercely protect their time, their privacy, and their overall comfort. So what might seem like a small inconvenience to us can feel like a major disruption to them, precisely because those are the things they value most. This brings us to the most critical phase of the whole interaction, your initial response. You know, that first minute can literally determine the entire outcome. Your approach has to be defined by two key things: presence and precision. And presence, well, it's so much more than just listening. It's about being fully, 100% attentive to that guest. This means you're not just listening to the words they say, you're also decoding their tone and the emotion that's hiding underneath. Your body language, your expression, it should all communicate calm and control, never defensiveness. You're there to understand, not to win an argument. And, understanding can be a real challenge because a lot of VIPs express their dissatisfaction very indirectly. They probably won't say, "Hey, the air conditioning is too loud." Instead, you're much more likely to hear something like this: "This isn't what I expected." It's subtle, for sure, but that is a crystal clear signal that there's a problem. So this becomes your central mission. Your expertise really shines when you can decipher that indirect comment and find the real root cause of their unhappiness. And that takes a ton of emotional intelligence and a really precise, almost diagnostic approach. So how do you actually do that? Well, first off, your tone is everything. It's got to be calm and totally focused on the solution. Second, you ask really concise, clarifying questions. You're not interrogating them, right? Think of it more like you're a detective, just gently asking questions to uncover the clues. Something like, "Could you tell me a little more about what you had in mind?" works wonders. It's a delicate balance for sure. Okay, so once you've accurately diagnosed the issue, the focus has to pivot immediately. You go from listening and understanding to taking decisive control of the solution. This next phase is all about ownership and taking swift, confident action. And this is where our 5-step protocol for service recovery really comes into play. We've just covered step 1, listen and diagnose. Now, we're going to move into the really crucial steps, taking ownership and acting with purpose. Acknowledgement is absolutely fundamentally critical, but a VIP guest can spot a scripted, insincere apology from a mile away. What they want, what they need, is a personalized response that shows you've truly heard them and that you are taking personal responsibility for fixing it. The best language you can use is simple, direct, and powerful. Something like, "Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm going to take care of this for you right away." This one sentence does 3 things perfectly. It validates their complaint, it shows you're taking personal ownership, and it guarantees immediate action. It's perfect. Now, on the flip side, you have to avoid any language that sounds even remotely like an excuse. The minute you start a sentence with, "It happened because," you've lost. It immediately comes across as defensive and passive. And remember, a VIP does not care about your internal challenges. They just want a solution, not an explanation for the failure. All right, now we get to the final and maybe the most refined part of the process, the execution. I mean, solving the problem is one thing, but solving it with discretion and then ensuring complete satisfaction through follow-through, that is the mark of true excellence. Discretion is paramount. A VIP must never, ever be made to feel exposed or embarrassed for raising a concern. If you can, have the conversation in private. Confidentiality is completely non-negotiable. And when you have to loop in other departments to help fix the issue, you brief them discreetly, always emphasizing the need for a subtle, quiet execution. As you're working on the solution, communication is still important, but you've got to manage it really carefully. It's a balancing act. A VIP needs to know what's being done, but they definitely don't want to be bothered with a play-by-play. Short, confident updates give them reassurance without being intrusive. A simple, "we're resolving this for you, and I'll let you know the moment it's complete," is usually all you need. So after the issue has been completely resolved, you're not quite done. There's one final crucial step, and that's the follow-through. This is just a polite, perfectly timed check-in to provide closure. It's not about fishing for compliments. It's about reassuring the guest that their ultimate satisfaction is what truly matters to you. This simple act closes the loop beautifully. And that brings us right back to where we started, to our central idea. Every complaint, especially from a VIP, shouldn't be seen as a crisis. It should be seen as a rare and valuable opportunity to show off the absolute highest level of service. This is the ultimate goal. This is the big reward. When you skillfully transform a moment of dissatisfaction into one of deep satisfaction, the guest doesn't just forget about the problem. No, they remember the solution. They remember your poise, your efficiency, and your genuine care. And through that memory, you earn not just their loyalty, but their genuine professional respect. So as you move forward in your careers, this is the question I want you to carry with you. Every single service failure is a chance for you to prove your excellence. Think about this protocol, really internalize these principles, and get yourself ready to turn the next inevitable challenge into your next great success.